Yeah, we're alive, and I have something in my mouth.
Wow. Hi, everyone. Welcome back
Hello.
to HR Intervention Season 3, Episode 9. I don't blame you, Ajit, for having something in your mouth because I was waiting. The back end team, they created something so beautiful. I was like, okay, this is so nice. I felt I was watching a movie. And not realizing we have to come online after that. Wow, guys, it's already December. I can't believe it's like 2024 is just around the corner. It feels like we just only started HR TV season 3. And now we are at the final episode of this season already. How time flies, right, Kuljit?
Exactly. I can still recall the first session that we had for this year. We were wishing everybody Happy New Year. What are your new resolutions? Remember? And now we are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now we have to ask them what's your New Year resolution for next year.
No, before we go there, we should ask them. We should ask them. What is your vacation plan? December is always a vacation period. Nah? People are vacationing around like me.
I jealous. I jaga pintu office. Yeah,
I think.
guys, Ajit asked, where are you guys vacationing today? This December because a lot of people are going on leave. Hi, Chow Mei Jin. Uh, wow, look at Chow Mei Jin says your glasses are so check up. All right. So today we are going to have a very interesting topic. I was just talking to a client just now on the topic. And he was like, so excited. Send me the link. Send me the link. I want to send to all my bosses to come. So I put it on. It is a topic on crafting high potential leaders. And of course, we have a really amazing speaker who is a practitioner. So he has so much to share today. And on this last episode, we also have something really special for our audience. That means all of you. So we hope you are excited as we are, right, Ajit? I hope they are all
Yes.
excited. We have something new for them coming about at the end. So, yeah.
If I were you, trust me, I'll wait on till the end.
Yes, correct. So, you go on, Ajit. Looks like we're having a lot of loves, hearts, and likes today. Lots of it on our LinkedIn.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, Shireen, I'm so excited. But before we move on, hello everyone. My name is Ajit. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. And this is 1 hour discussion live. So if you have any feedback, please feel free to give us a feedback. Before we also move on, allow me to introduce. We are on HR Intervents, commonly known as HR TV. It's an online talk show brought to you by Compass Mind Asia, a well-known corporate training provider. They do lots of training, team buildings and whatnot. If you have any budget, please feel free to contact Shireen. In our show, we interview HR experts about everything related to HR and career development. For look through all our previous sessions, we had got wonderful sessions such as revolving around succession planning, burnout among employees, and much more. If you have missed our sessions, not to worry. You can always go and get them. Get our sessions available. They are available on Shireen's YouTube channel, Shireen Kelly. You can see the link appearing below. Okay, guys.
All right. All right. But guys, I want to put a disclaimer to what Ajit mentioned just now. Don't go now. Okay. Go to the YouTube later to watch all the previous episodes and seasons because there's so much of amazing information there that you can actually use as your library and share it among others also because there's so much of knowledge that a lot of HR practitioners have shared throughout these 3 seasons. Next year we're coming to season 4. So go there, check it out. So you must be wondering if this show is for you, right? Well, hang on tight. I tell you, it is well worth it. Not because I say so, but because we have our wonderful viewers to prove that. Well, this show might be named as HRTV, but it is for anyone who has a job, looking for a job at a C-suite level, director level, business owner, or even if you're a fresh graduate, but especially if you are in the HR and L&D department, this is definitely for you. So stay with us because this is definitely for all of you. I promise you, it is going to be a good blast for today. We're going to have a great time, isn't it, Ajit?
Yes, and for your information, we have audience all around Malaysia and some also around the world. So please type in where you are dialing in from, and please say hello to us. And for those who are having lunch, please do share with us what are you having. Like for me today, I'm having the very popular Malaysian sambal sardine and rice. My God, I can see
Mommy
Sherin's.
cook ah.
Yes, no, I did cook. My mother cooked.
Yeah, I say mommy cook ah. Then I jealous already because I know how delicious it is.
Yes, yes, yes. So please do share with us, and for your information, my name is Koljit. I am working as HR practitioner in Malaysia, and with me I have Shireen.
Yeah, I'm Shireen Kelly, the Managing Director of Compass Mind Asia, and this is HR Intervention, Season 3, Episode
Episode 9.
9. We're back.
Hi, we're back. To those who have just joined us, welcome back again. Please comment down below where you're tuning from and what you're having for lunch and things like that. So we have got one comment from Siti Nur Hazniza. Okay, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
Aliza,
Good
actress.
afternoon.
She says good afternoon. Yeah, actually,
Yes.
Ajit, uh,
Before,
you mentioned something about where are people traveling to at this end of this year. Can you
yeah.
first let me know where you are going?
I have quite a bit of plans. I'm starting the 9th, I'll be in Sarawak, then I'll be in Sabah, then I will be probably doing some island hopping, most probably the Borneo this time round until year end. Yeah.
Oh, so you are taking approximately 3 days leave lah. 3 weeks leave lah.
Yep, yep, yep. Kind of plus minus in betweens. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hi, Ahoy. Welcome.
Anybody got any travel plans this year? What about you, Shireen? Where are you going to travel? Any December travel plans or you jaga office as usual?
Oh, actually, we do have this Friday. We are having our company trip, the first and ever overseas company trip to Phuket.
Wow, to where? My God, I'm so jealous. Bring me along.
Come. We got one staff who got COVID already, so she cannot go. So come. Yeah, so for the first time, we usually do local chuti Malaysia, but this is the first time we are going overseas. So they are all so excited and all asking in the group, what do we bring? What are we packing? What shall we, like Borea with dinner because we have a special dinner event. What do we wear? All that kind of things. What's the color theme?
Wow, nice, nice.
All very excited. And the most important question is how many kilos can we take? Because all want to go overweight.
Correct, correct. If it's 20 kilos, please don't pack 20 kilos because they're going to shop there. You buy back stuff. So please only shop 8 or 7 kilos. Keep a lot of space to buy stuff. Where you all going anyway?
Phuket.
Phuket, my God. Oh, that is one of my best destination, my favorite destinations. I simply love Phuket, man. It's so coming.
Can I tag along to Harjit Kaur? Of course you can tag along. Anyone is welcome. And we also have Cheng Nyo. Cheng Nyo, hi, welcome. Where
Hi.
coming in from? So Ajit, we have something very special for our audiences today. So we want them to stay until the end because since today is the last episode for the year, I felt a surge of sadness because I'm going to miss HR TV for the next 1 month. So the team came up with something exciting to overcome my sadness before we part until we meet again next season next year. So they decided, let's have several tokens of giveaways for our audience because we appreciate all your support all this while, all through our HRTV journey from the very beginning of episode season 1 right to us now season 3. Your support is what really drives us, motivates us, gives us that energy, that power to keep going. So stay till the end of this show and interact as much as you can because you might be the lucky chosen one to win something from us today, okay? Seth, who wants to win? Give me a thumbs up if you want to win, then we know.
Trust me, if I were you, I would wait, and I wish I was the audience so I could participate as well. There are good prizes to be given away.
Yeah.
Okay, before we start our discussion, Sherin, I have a quick question for you. Pertaining to our topic. Enough about holidays now. Let's talk about our topic. Our audience are waiting. Would you rather stick to the traditional method to take risk, but more innovative approach to identify hidden talent among your employees and nurture their potential as leaders? How would you do it? What would your take be?
I am, if you asked me many years ago, I'll play safe. But at this point, I think I would be a risk taker because I see the new people coming into the market, right? The kind of innovation they bring along with them is something that we really also want to learn from. So I'm the kind of person in the organization. I always tell people we build leaders in the organization. We don't want followers. Build leadership. Always share your thoughts. You have a creative idea, share. There's never a wrong idea. There's never something wrong. Maybe that innovative idea cannot be implemented now, but someone else can add to it and make it a wow
Right.
innovation. So yeah, I'm pretty much a risk taker. How about you?
A mix of both, depending on situation. In some situation, I would take risk because at in corporate to some extent, we need to really be very careful of risk that we are taking. But generally, I would want people to explore. I would want people to think of ideas, as you rightfully said. If not now, we park it later. We see what we could do for it later. We did later, and who else would probably want to support that idea. So for me, to answer your question, I think it will be a mix, a bit of both. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So now, what do you think about we introducing our
Yeah.
guest for today? Do you think we should get started already? I'm
Yeah.
sure the audience is like, can't wait for him to come on, right? So hold on your HR heads, folks. Today we've got one of the pioneers of HR in the house. His name is Andrew Chan, and he brings along with him 30 years of HR expertise under his belt. He's not just seasoned, he's practically a human resource sorcerer. So hang in there, guys. I told you guys it's going to be a nice roller coaster ride, not massive drops. You'll be just learning so much. Currently donning the cape of CHRO at Press Metal Group, Andrew is a superhero. I think he's Iron Man,
Yeah, press
and
that.
ensuring that HR strategies align with business objectives. In this ever changing business roller coaster, Andrew isn't just a HR expert, he's the expert on organizational transformation, the Yoda of succession planning, and the captain of productivity enhancement. So tighten your belt, guys, grab your wands or your pens. Pen.
And
And get ready for a magical ride into the world of HR. Hypo with the one and only Andrew Chan. Come on, guys, give him a whole thumbs up.
Andrew.
Hi,
Hey,
hi,
welcome.
hi, hi, Ajit and Shireen. Yes. Thanks for
Hi.
having me.
We all very hyper one, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you very much for being with
Dynamic.
us today. It's an honor to have you. The way Shireen has presented you and the way Shireen has introduced you, I'm happy to have you with us today. I'm happy to have you. Okay. Anyway, how are you doing today?
I'm good actually. Now it's lunchtime actually.
Oh, had your lunch?
So, yeah, I was salivating when you talk about what you eaten, just eaten just
Ah,
before the
what
show
did you
come on
have?
live. I was having two pieces of biscuit just before we came on live. So Sharon was laughing at me just now. That was not even a lunch.
They're not even a lunch. But normally it happens. I
Yeah,
don't know why. Somehow or other, we make people a bit nervous to come on our show. It's okay, Andrew. Take it easy. We have just a series of questions for you, and it's going to be
all
fun.
right.
It's going to be fun. Anyway, we definitely would like to know more, a little bit more about you, Andrew. Would you want to introduce yourself? Probably you can share something that others do not know yet.
Mm,
Your
yeah.
All
hobbies
right.
or something
Well, I
thriving.
think yeah. I was born in bred in Sarawak, it's Borneo Islands. That's where
Okay. Sarawak.
you're gonna spend 3 weeks on the islands itself. And but of course I came over last 30 years ago. I came over to this side, Peninsula Malaysia. I school in University Malaya, and then I
Ah,
move on, yeah, into corporate worlds and nothing interesting, but just that my career has been moving around quite a fair bit, not just within Malaysia, but also regionally. I used to live in China for a couple of years, Cambodia, and also traveling quite extensively around the region. Actually,
okay, okay. Interesting, interesting.
Hobbies, hobbies.
Hobbies?
hobbies. I like to eat. A good thing is that thanks God it doesn't show on my body, but
What's the
but it
secret?
yeah, I eat 5 meals a day, but yeah, but on a smaller quantity, I suppose. But my doctor tell me that I need to watch out on my cholesterol level, so got to be a little bit careful on what I eat. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
good, good, good. Okay, do you work out? After eating, do you work out? Do you have a regime to stay healthy and all that?
Oh yes, I do a lot of running. I used to when I was younger, I used to play a lot of squash. But
Ah,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably that's not a popular game now for the younger generations, I suppose.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
So
thank you for the introduction, Andrew. I think that's great. To get to know you a little bit more. And by the way, I just was talking to Shireen, and we were talking the approaches that we will use. Standard method in order for us to actually explore talent. Either would we bravely explore more dynamic, use a dynamic approach, or would we just identify talent using the conventional approach? I believe this related to our topic today. Okay,
Mm,
developing
yeah,
high potential leaders is more than merely assigning people to leadership potentials, positions in the future. It's more about harnessing their hidden potential in the team,
yeah.
which would then uh, propel innovation, growth, and make them to be a little bit more competitive. You know, it's truly mastering the art of recognizing or and developing talent. It's not really an easy task. Seems like we got the answer. What would you do in order for you to manage this talent?
Mm,
So in what we would do today is we would then go through a series of questions, and we have a lot more questions to ask you. What would be the right approach? Okay, we can't wait to dig into your experience and know what are your thoughts on these topics. Before that, allow us to share with you that we have got a few questions that we're going to ask you. So
yeah.
we want you to feel free and share your thoughts, your experiences. What really value would be your experiences for the audience? Okay, let's go with the questions, Shireen.
Yeah. Andrew's got something to share purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ajit, for the a quick preparation for the main topics. Just want to answer a quick answer to earlier part of the conversation between Shireen and yourself, talking about identify potentials of leadership potential on the individual basis. Yes, I think a lot of times I myself also was
Yes, I'm
working
doing
as
live
a
now.
junior staff. Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and
All
clear.
right. All right. So
Please all go to the
um,
kitchen, please.
Gurjit, I think you want to mute. Okay.
all right.
And
So
go ahead.
yeah, all right. So on the personal basis, of course, I think a lot of people will have their own ideas about how to spot talents, potentials, in individuals basis. But if we run an organizations of a certain size, talking about big companies of a certain size, can be 3,000 to 10,000 employees, we got to have some more systematic way of assessing high potential leaders. So the next couple of slides, I would just want to share with you of how we do it in our organizations, or based on my past experience and also as a practitioner. It's more on sharing basis. I'm not the the guru or the god on potentials identification, but more on sharing basis. Yeah. So as you can see, that's on company basis. I think we need to have a little bit more systematic way of looking at high potential, and basically to fit into the succession planning framework within the organizations. So as you can see at the bottom of it, you have these are the channels that you can use to roll out some of those programs that you have. Basically, is it cannot be just a solely HR activities or exercise or projects. It has to be a cut across a joint ownership of different entities within or departments within the organizations. And then, of course, you need to have the next one. You need to have assistants, to collect data, basically, so that we can, based on whatever decisions program, scientifically validated, reliable psychological model, so that we can, come up with a more database or analytic way of to validate some programs. But of course, in today's world, it's a lot easier versus say 10, 20 years ago when I first started doing HR. Nowadays, you have a lot of tools, IT tools to help you to roll that out. And the best part of it now, you even have ChatGPT, AI programs to help it to make it easier work for HR to collect the data. The next level up is looking at strategy. Of course, these are the core things that we're looking at. How can we spot talents, high potentials within our group? There are three pillars of strategies that we usually use or roll out in organization. First one is, of course, we call it competency-based evaluation mapping. I think a lot of you are quite familiar with this one. Basically, we will be coming up with a 9-grid box for talent assessment and also potential mapping. How to collect those data? We'll be using a lot of assessments, channels, for example, 360-degree evaluations, interview, assessment center, and so on and so forth. The next one we'll be looking at, these are some of the tools, or is a combination of a psychometric, tests or exercises that we use. Depends organizations. Different organization may want to tweak a little bit about different type of assessments too. For example, in my past experience, we actually coin our own smoke taste assessment. Basically, these are to identify individual what are their to recognize, to realize who are themselves. Who am I? You need to answer as an individual, who am I? And then what is the motivation in me? How motivated are I to go to be a leader, for example, or to join certain departments? So third thing is orientations. What kind of people am I? What kind of leader am I? So I need to identify myself. Am I a consultative style leadership or whatever? The next one is leadership, how to lead others, which also should be evolving out of the orientation part of it. So this one will give you an assessment or a more holistic assessment of individuals looking at different angles. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Right. Let me back to. Hang on. All right. The last part, of course, after you identify individuals, they will come up with a lot of data, about individuals. Then you will have to design development programs, and then within organizations, these are a little bit more systematic way of looking at successor development program or hyper leadership development program. We have a few methodology and also the talent development. Basically, is 70% looking at experience, 20% looking at the further interact with others, and the 10% looking based on trainings. These are the either upskill, reskill, or self-directed trainings, and then continuously will be doing a performance management, evaluations to see the progress, to validate the certain skill sets or competency of the person. Because sometimes tools are only a tools without if we don't validate it with the results and the performance and so on and so forth.
Wow,
So,
wonderful. Andrew, one question.
Yeah.
PICE, is this in-house tool, or is this tool that you created by anyone? Is it or patented somewhere?
Okay, these are the tools that created by my team actually over the years. So we actually, so these are quite proprietary. I don't mind to share. In fact, most of them are is a combinations of extract of some of the good best practices in the market for big organizations. So I would love to share a little bit more if time permits. Do drop me a link in or any questions later on if these sessions cannot answer your questions. All right.
Wow.
So basically that. All right. So basically that.
This is so good. Okay, carry on. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to go into too many of the slides, but basically these are the sharing part of it. But of course, like I said, succession planning pathway, there will be 7 stages. Looking at stage 1, critical role identification. Stage 2, we will build out the job profile, and then eventually come up with all those profiles, elements of it. Then we can map it to identify the successor, and then we will do the assessment using the tool just now I mentioned, SMORG and PICE. Yeah, and then we will subsequently stage 4. We're looking at tailor-made the development programs that for individuals, and then we will evaluate eventually on stage 7, and how this will be in a cycle. There will be a continuous assessment as we move on. All right. So roughly that will give you a background, a framework of what we have been doing. In a lot of multinational organizations, even family-owned businesses in Malaysia, we actually do some of this program in-house.
Okay. What about challenges that you face in implementing your 7 stages succession pathways? I think this is very comprehensive, and the audience would definitely gain a lot from this. What are the major challenges, and at which stage would the challenge come in?
Yeah. Okay. The main challenges, I think, initially will be the mindset change. I think a lot of
I believe so. Mindset change. How
correct.
Carry on.
I think we need to have a good buy-in from the top down. Actually, a lot of senior people need to believe this is a more transparent, a fairer way of assessing talents. Because a lot of people, at the beginning of the conversation, that you guys, everybody have their own definition of high potential. For example, you have your own criteria. Shirley has your own criteria. But then, if we do not make it a little bit more systematic, more transparent, and be able to validate it out of the data that we collect over the years, then the tools will not have a good buy-in. So I think overall it has to be a good buy-in. Those challenges will be eventually to convince people from the top. And then the second biggest challenges will be to ensure that the middle management people really live on and apply those the stages across the board, and the third one I would say that will be to assess the performance, the outcome of the effectiveness of your tools. So a lot of times the cracks fall through is that people only do 1 round or 2 rounds of this, and then there is no follow through. So follow through is very successful, very important in any organizations. I think in a lot of organizations in my past experience is that they get a consultant in, and then they design a beautiful succession plan and to identify who are the critical roles and who are the successors, but then there is no follow through. Over the years you lose those talents. So and also such a pitiful is that somebody else, other organizations probably take over this hypo staff, and they were actually doing very well in another. But those are resources lost. So I think follow through, continuous, and believe in those systems are important criteria to ensure that works.
Wonderful. I have 2 questions from here. Sorry, Shireen. 2 questions. Number one, you said about mind change. I totally agree with you. Mind change would be the biggest important thing. How would you approach mind change from your years of experience? How would you approach mind change?
Okay. First thing, of course, broadly, I think you need to create awareness and also the urgencies of talents, high potential talents identifications. So you need to create that needs within the organizations. As any organization, when they progress up the ladder, from the day where they set up the company to the day where they become a global company or multinational global company, they need to realize that talents is the last frontier within any organization. Capital, money, resources, raw material, those you can still find it, but talents are scarce as you move on. So especially hypo talents are scarce and well sought after. I think the mindset change, they need to realize the awareness, the importance of this. How can we prove to the management the importance of talents or hypo talents is through data. So the good thing is that over the years we'll be able to collect a lot of data, not just externally through best practices from other organizations, but also internally over the years. We actually should use data to prove to the top management that the importance of finding the good successor, potential successor to succeed the key critical roles, so that there is a sustainable operations of the company. If we lose or we cannot find a right successor, there will be a hindrance to the continuous sustainable operations of the organization, especially now where ESG has become such a hot topics. So one of it is talent sustainability within organizations.
Okay.
Ajit, before you go on and ask more questions, I'm sure the audiences also do have some questions for Andrew. So guys, if you all do have any questions at all, please feel free to put it on the chat box, and Andrew will try his best to cover it. I mean, he's covered such wonderful models, very clear. And but if you guys have any questions, just put it in the chat box. I'm sure you have more questions for Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, following up on the first question, I haven't gone to the second question yet. Following up on the first question, would team building or any sort of bonding training be helpful in develop or managing the mind change of this talent?
Yes, of course. I think team building. In any organizations, you need a team. You can't be all the time an individual contributor. There will be situation, especially you move out the hierarchies. The team that you need to manage is bigger, and maybe even in our organization, it are located in different geographical locations. So I think to transcend that rapport, the relationship between the leaders or even mid-levels to the junior level, I think team building activities are crucial. Team building activity doesn't have to be everybody come to one place. Not necessarily. Nowadays with technology, with a lot of things that you actually can do virtually, some of the team activities. So it doesn't have to be a getaway, it doesn't have to be go some Phuket, go to Borneo, do a little bit, but it can be a joint activities, combination of virtual versus the real physical environments. It can be because of technology now with internet, 5G. Now we talk about 5.5G in China. A lot of things that you can do. It's interesting actually. Talking about team building, it can be a combination of both.
Okay, good. I think Andrew nailed it. Team building, bonding activities, these are really, really important. Especially when you have high potentials, change their mindset to let them realize that why are we doing all this? This is very important. Okay, thank you very much for sharing, Andrew. Can you bring us to the next slide, Andrew? I think the next one is like my so favorite slide. The one.
The circle.
You like
the
the
circle.
you like
Yeah.
the you like
Yeah.
the circle.
It's like so
The 7
complete,
stages.
comprehensive. Yeah, it covers everything. Shireen is like so beautifully done and all that. Thank you so much, Andrew, for sharing. Okay, my question would be now there are 7 obvious steps that we need to do. Which literally covers all the phases. Okay, when we do succession planning, do we need to do all 7 stages? Can we skip any one of this stage? My first question. My second one, out of the 7 stages, which would be the most important that that would be the determining factor that would drive your successfulness of your succession planning?
Yeah, these 7 stages are actually practically proven. It's a combinations of activities that best practices around the world people do for succession planning to say. I think every state you ask me, every state of it, I think we should do it in a diligent way to ensure that the proper steps are followed, because there are, as you can see, every stage there is a sub steps within that stage, as you can see. So but then I think you can't skip one without the other, because I think
Okay.
you need to start off. Yeah, you need to start off by identify the critical role, because not every position within the company are critical role.
Yeah.
So if you have 5,000 staff, you have 5,000 critical role. There's something wrong with the organization. So you can, and also we don't have the resources to cater. I probably need to recruit a big HR or talent management HR team to cater to that resources. So to answer your questions, I think all of them are important, and then they all run in sequence. But how important they are depends on at what stage is the current organization. So there are some better organized or I would say better managed company, probably a different level of it, or they already run a few rounds of it. Probably they are more familiar certain things. For example, critical role, they do not have to spend too much time on identifying critical role, because they already know their organization structures is very clear. They already have very extensive, comprehensive competency profiling of each job. Then you probably spend less time on those areas. Probably you will spend more time on following up on some of the identify high potentials successor or leaders or talents in the group. How can we grow them? You probably spend more time in developing or customize some of your development program for individuals, because mind you that people do grow over the years. So I hate to say that. Yeah, I hate to say that. Hey, this Mr. So and so was hypo before. He should be hypo now. which I think that may not be necessarily true.
Yeah.
And likewise, there will be people who were not identified as a hypo, say 2-3 years ago. I think we owe them a duty to reassess them, to follow through, look through the data and the performance that he or she has potential to grow, to become a hypo over the years, because people do grow, because these are not machine. Talents are people, they're human beings. They grow, they develop, they're motivated maybe in certain area. Likewise, hypo may drop off from the hypo list eventually. Yeah.
So true, because people grow at different stages in life. There are some people who don't put so much emphasis into putting so much effort into work, perhaps when they are single, but suddenly when they get married, they see a whole big picture, and then they become they move into another stage of life. So then they go into becoming a hypo. And there are people who go through situations in life where they cannot manage it, and then they drop off from the hypo. So I totally agree with what you said, Andrew. Andrew, I got a question for you. Based on your experience, right? What obstacles have organizations faced while developing these hypos? If you refer back onto this wheel, which stage there are obstacles that are present? So why I'm asking this question is because then the audiences also know which stage to look out for, to be careful of, to be more detailed with.
Okay, I think on the individual basis, I would say a lot of people become, I would say, jittery or nervous when it comes to the assessment part of it. Just want to share with you some experiences. I think we owe it to ourselves to be honest, because a tool is just a tool. If you try to manipulate the tools, the outcome will be a fake result. it won't tell you exactly who you are, because we try. I mean, the tool is try to find out who exactly you are. What kind of leadership style are you? Are you a people person? You know, there are gaps that we need. Nobody is perfect. Actually, nobody is perfect. We need to recognize that. So the tool is to help you to identify where are the gaps for developments. Then you will be able to help HR or the company as a whole to design and train you, to put you through some programs that really benefit you, rather than a disguised profile that we came out from the tool. I think those as an individual basis, I think we owe it to ourselves to be honest, to answer some of those questions. I know in a big organization you have this politics, you have peers competition, you have all these things. You try to hide your weaknesses from but that's part of the challenges of identifying the true self of yourself, because this is also personally as your own self personal development in that sense.
Cool. Talking about this thing where now, I mean, it is ESG, but before that it was a lot about diversity and inclusion also. So when you're choosing your hypos, how does this diversity come into play?
Okay, if you're talking about diversity, I think it's a bigger issue. Gone in the past, many years ago, when we talk about diversity, we tend to like to fix the target. Say 20% of the top management needs to be a female, or 50% needs to be of your recruits, new recruits needs to be a certain gender over a period of time. I think that also reflect, in a sense, the overall ecology or the infrastructures or the setup of the particular geographical operations of your organizations. So if you are also reflect on the community culture, if you are operating in a place, for example, most of the 80% of the females are not in the labor force. So to set a target of 50% of your labor force new recruit must be from the female, that will be quite a tall challenge, you ask me. It's almost impossible to achieve. Yeah. So I would rather internally as an HR practitioner, I would rather to put in place certain or rather reduce the hurdles for, say, female to join certain departments within the organizations. I would like to eradicate certain, say, for example, perceptions on certain gender not doing well, naturally not doing well in certain types of job. I would rather to put my attention and effort in those areas rather than looking at strictly the number. But of course, at the end of the day, the number still needs to come in. But I think the focus here should be looking at how can we reduce the hurdles, how can we reduce the challenges of bringing certain gender into certain departments or certain types of job within the organizations. Yeah.
Okay, good. Fantastic. I think that's well said. What about culture, Andrew? Do you think culture plays an important role in an organization when we are talking about developing high potentials and things like that? Will that really have an impact throughout? If the culture of the organization doesn't believe in growth, then do they really need to work on high potentials, or is it like you doesn't matter if regardless of the culture, we need to manage high potentials? What would your take be?
Yeah, I think cultures, there are a few parts to it. I think you were talking about the community cultures that your organization operate in, the kind of country, the kind of diversity culture, and what is the power distance? Sorry about the HR words. The power distance between the top management versus the next line of reportees, and the organization culture, and also your team cultures. I think we need to identify these are all different elements or different manifestations of cultures within the work environments that we're working in. Because as a human, we are actually living in all those different manifestation of cultures. From a HR perspective, I think first thing we need to on the top level, I think we need to draft or need to identify what are the positive corporate cultures that we want to build, or currently we have now, or we are lacking, for example. And by making known these are the corporate cultures that we are aiming to build, or hopefully that our organization one day will become, should drive the other subcultures towards that targets. That's my take as a practitioner, I think. Of course, not all cultures are perfect. There will be cultures that people don't like. For example, there are cultures that you think that you come from different backgrounds. You think that culture is hindrance for your progress. But then I think by identifying what are the lacking, what are the cultures are, by try to describe those culture in a clearer form, I think individuals should be able to build, or at least more some of your leadership style towards the organization culture that we want to build. Unless you say you no longer want to work in this company or this organization, then that's a different case.
Cool, excellent answer. Thanks so much, Andrew. I've got a final question for you. What are some of the challenges in retaining these hypo leaders? And based on your experience, what can you share of ways to address it?
Okay. I think hypos, I would say that are very competitive in terms of retention, for example, because like what you said, the last frontier for any organization will be in talents. So I think to retain them and also to continuously motivate those talents, hypo talents, to grow, as why you say rightly at some part of the conversation earlier, that the hypo may drop off because of whatever reason, internal self-motivation, the environment, that the team that he worked with, or his changes in his life cycle personally, that will affect. So I think to retain them, I think it has to be coming from multifacets, not just talking about rewards, but also talking about engagement from his superior, his peers, continuous, keeping the communication flow between the hypo and his peers and his superiors and also the organizations that he or she working in. And yeah, and then the rewards part of it, of course, you have the short term, but also you need to build in some kind of a long term rewards that will make people stay not just 2 or 3 years, but at least 5 to 7, 8 years along the line. So I think overall it has to be a package. It has to be a holistic approach to retain hypo rather than just a very short-sighted reward by giving a short-term increments or bonus. I think it has to be a holistic approach.
Awesome.
Okay, fantastic. I think well said. I feel this is like so much of information and so overwhelming, so fantastic information that's being shared by Andrew today. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much, Andrew, for sharing and rightfully mentioned. Everything plays a role. Okay, we have approached the end of our session, and for the day, we would like to thank Andrew. Andrew, we are done. You can relax now. You can have your lunch. Oh, all the questions from Shireen and Ajit. Okay. So thanks a lot, and I think it was a wonderful sharing session. One of the best, to be honest. We have a lot of information, very practical session, tools, a lot of methods, concepts were shared. Before we end the session, we'd like to thank you very much. And wow, Shireen, that's lots and lots of information here today. We have got a lot to upload onto our website and onto our social media as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Will you be sharing the slides with us?
Yeah, later on I'll pass it on to Avina.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That would be
Thank
great.
you.
It was really, really a good time with so much of info. I was just sitting down there, Andrew, and looking through, and I sent Ajit a message. I want to see all of Andrew's slides. Can I ask him to show it all? and Ajit at the back said, "Hey, we don't have so much time,
Yeah,
But it
all
was
right.
a good title. And this
Thank
is
you.
like, sorry? Yeah, and this is like a very critical discussion in the marketplace also, and I'm sure the viewers got some of their pressing questions that has been on their mind also. But I think all your slides will definitely help them out. So when we get your slides, I hope you don't mind onto the social media, yeah, Andrew, so people can benefit
Okay.
from it. Yeah,
Sure.
just put the IP there. That would be great also. And we
All right.
have someone saying, thanks for sharing, Andrew. Great advice. I think that is Haikal, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's
All right.
Noor Rafida. Okay, why there's echo? All right. Thank you. So, Ajit, over to you.
Okay, yeah. Before we end the session, we would like, if the audience would like to reach out to you, Andrew. Is there any method? If they have any future questions or they want to ask anything, is there any way they could reach out to you? Any social media or anything else? Okay, that's being displayed now at the bottom of our screen. You can see how you could reach out to Andrew and also Compass Mind Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you very much once again for joining us, Andrew. Don't go anywhere. We truly appreciate your time. Wow, we've actually come to the last episode of this year. A massive round of applause to everyone who's been here, who's been supporting us, and learned so much from all these HR leaders who has been with as speakers in our show. Your presence and your engagement has been everything to us throughout this season. Without your clicks and definitely your comments, we'd just be talking to ourselves, right, Coach Ajit?
Yes.
So much less fun. Yeah, but remember, don't leave yet because we have a pop quiz, isn't it? It's pop quiz time,
Yes,
right?
yes, pop quiz.
Mhm.
And our pop quiz is related to our HR TV. We will post a few questions, but before that, this is a lot about our show, so it's very easy questions and easy ones to win. Okay, but the first question. But who watches our HR TV memorizes throughout the session 3 with your videos? Okay.
Sheri in the house now. That's it. That's it. I surrender first.
I'm writing as quick as possible, although I know I can go to my own YouTube channel and watch the recording later. But still, wow,
Okay,
I think a
for
lot of
quiz.
answers was in the video already just now. So here are the questions. Ajit, do you want to start with question number
Yes.
one?
Let's go with question number 1. What was our first topic of HRTV this season? No need to worry. We have given you the answers. 4 options. Pick A, B, C, or D. What was our first topic for HRTV this season? For
Can I
season
answer?
2. No, you can't.
Can I give a hint?
Yes, you can.
It could be A, B, C, or D. Come on, guys, give us your answers, and you will stand your chance to win a gift for today. Exciting gifts, like Ajit said, is waiting for you. So come on, bring in your answers for question number 1. You know what? I think I know what they're doing, Ajit. They're quickly going to my YouTube.
To check what was the first season about.
Exactly. All cheating already. That's why all so quiet.
Oh, we have an answer A.
Hey. Shall we wait for another 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Rosita answered A. We have another answer A.
2, and 1. So we got 2 people who answered. That's wonderful. So, who's calling me now? We will stand by, guys. Oh, we've got also Harjit saying she thinks it's C. All right. Good try, Harjit. All right. We will stand by as we announce the winners after the second question. We only got 2 questions. So here goes question number 2. Who do we normally say this show is for? Pick your options carefully, everyone. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, time is ticking. I think they're quickly finding out who now. Come on, guys. Shall we give you all 10 seconds? I feel like giving a drum roll. Set on my drum roll. Wait, that's fine. Drum roll. Drum roll sound.
C.
We've got Susila says A.
Rosita saying C.
Okay, so we will end the answers now. It is time to announce our lucky winners. And I'm trying to see if I can do a drum roll. Excited to do drum. Can you hear? Let's play.
Better.
And
The
the
winners
winners are for question number 1. Well, Harjit got really lucky. She said, not sure, but try lah. Good try, Harjit. You are the winner for question number 1.
Yay.
And question number 2 goes to the first person who gave the right answer, because all 3 of you gave the right answer. It is to Rosita. So congratulations, Harjit and Rosita. Sushita, thanks so much for trying. So guys, to the winners, our team will be in touch with you and assist with the gifts. And to all, thank you so much for participating in our season 3 HRTV this whole year through.
Okay, wonderful. We will be back with fresh season for HRTV in the upcoming year. Stay tuned and stay keep watching on our social media. We will be putting up more information there. We will share more information about what's coming on, what's to be next, and be ready for a fresh session next year.
Correct. And if you are a HR or L&D manager or in the HR and L&D team and you're planning for your trainings or have any related enquiries, do email us at training@compassmind.com. I repeat that, training@compassmind.com. Well, I now sound like a phone recorder, isn't it?
Correct.
Before we end, we would like to wish you all a wonderful week ahead, and we look forward to seeing all of you again next year. Happy holidays,
Holidays and
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. See you
Watching and
next
being
year.
with us throughout HR Intervention Season 3, serious discussions only. Bye.
Bye.